Hello everybody, welcome back to the breakdown. I'm Tone and it's fantastic to have you here with me once again for yet another discussion about precious metals. And again, if you would excuse me, I do have a recovering sore throat, so I will do the best that I can to get through this video. It's just going to be a short one. I just want to talk about a few things and emphasize the fact that we've got some tough times coming down the pike. In my previous video, when I was responding to A and P collectibles, there are various types of investments in that. Some are far more risky than others. Some, like precious metals, I believe can't go to zero, while others can. And in a ultimate apocalyptic kind of scenario where markets just completely die, then most of that goes to zero, and then all we're really left with is these types of things. Obviously, these are numismatics, but they'll hold value, even if, worst case scenario, they're only valued at their silver content, maybe, or gold content. By the time something like that happens, the premium that you paid on it doesn't matter, because the value of them in terms of currency should be, so high that people will quite literally just be handing over gold coins and silver coins and trading those. They won't bother putting it into fiat currency in order to spend it. They'll be bartering and that type of thing. That's what I think. But again, that's a apocalyptic kind of scenario. But that's the fundamental reason why we stackers should be stacking. Now, obviously, we do it for interest's sake. Just while we're talking about this, I'll show you something that I noticed about these, because I bought multiple ones. The one that I showed you in the previous videos, previous video, it had a black case, and this one, it's a clear one. So I don't know why, because this is the exact same same coin, and yet there you go. So there's differences, even with the same coin. Yeah. So anyway, you want to have a diverse stack, and ultimately, if you're able to purchase multiple items when they first come out, you hold them for a while, you can make a profit on this. Ends up being a free carry on the one that you keep. Well, I think I would keep this one. A free carry on the one that you keep, and then you're obviously putting the profits and the other currency that you got back for this one into the next part of another series or whatever. But getting back to what I was saying before, the reason we ought to be in precious metals in the first place is to be safeguarding our financial power. And part of the diversity of a stack, if you've got your numismatics, which is mostly all of what I've been showing you in the videos so far, except for the one where I was showing you the differences between rounds, coins, and the graded coins. Again, if you haven't checked that video out, then go through the playlist Real Money, and you'll find that one where I discuss about can MS70 coins ever be a lower grade once they've been graded. So watch that video for the answer to that question. But it brings me to the next part of what I want to talk about. So we hold precious metals because we want to protect ourselves against what is coming. So it's not a guess, is it coming? We just don't know when it's coming. And so we want to be methodically purchasing precious metals. That is my opinion. It's not financial advice. But what I am saying is I am 100% certain we're in for some difficult times. And so diversification can come in the form of holding silver bars rather than coins. Now, these are produced here in Melbourne. They're a recent production, and they sold out very, very, very quickly. So I was actually really lucky or really fortunate to get these before the price did go up again. That's not to say that the price isn't going to come down again. I firmly believe we're going to have a pullback again. I think we're in a sort of a dead cat bounce scenario where we've already had one. I think we can certainly head for yet another one. Ooh, that's a little bit glary from the light, isn't it? Oh well. Now, leads me to my final point for this video. I'm going to keep it short. And that is, so we've got our diversification. How I came across these bars, well, I thought, I've got a bullion dealer. It's important that you have a bullion dealer, because you want to have somewhere to be able to reliably sell them back or sell some of this stuff back. eBay, Gumtree, Marketplace on Facebook. I mean, sure, these are good options as well. And that's how I came across these. And I can stick all my grubby fingers all over them as much as I like because they are coated in a shrink wrapping. So that's good. No gloves required. But I've mentioned in previous videos, I am greatly encouraged in more recent times by the younger generation embracing the importance of all of this. I can't put into words just how encouraged I am by that. And look, it just so happened that I was on Marketplace and I found these bars. It was pretty random. I just had a bit of free time, was having a look on Marketplace, and there they were. And as a result, I met a young guy, not going to use names, but I met a young guy. He's 21 years of age, and I never actually asked him how long he's been involved in silver stacking. But I did gather that he's done a fair bit of research and he's been involved long enough that he's got to know some people within the community. And obviously, when we're talking about a silver stacking or gold stacking, precious metals stacking community, there are communities within the community. So not everybody knows everybody. But the point is, I think it's super, super important for us as silver stackers, gold stackers, platinum stackers, precious metal stackers in general. It is vital that we connect, that we talk, that we share knowledge, and that we grow the community. Because at the end of the day, when all of the apocalyptic kind of stuff within the share markets and everything does finally happen, we want to have people along with us for the ride that comes after that. And we also want them to have been prepared for it. Because the more of us there are, it's actually going to benefit all of us even more. And it's important to understand that those that have manufactured the crisis that we're in, whether it be a financial one, whether it be the food shortage one, whether it be the energy one, it doesn't matter. It's all manufactured. Those that have manufactured it do not want us discussing this stuff. They do not want us protecting ourselves. And right now, you can see gold and silver under pressure again. And it continues like that. And what it does is it puts pressure on emotional investors. Now, I used to have a little bit of emotion in investing. Yeah, I had emotion when it came to purchasing precious metals. Now, there are items that I like and I have sentimental kind of value to them, and I would hold them until the last ditch effort. But there are other things that I can just offload when I need to. And not panic selling, but selling when it's required. These are a savings account. You know, we shouldn't be using this and thinking like this and going, oh no, you know, and we panic sell it as if we just went and suddenly made a run on the bank. I mean, really, you don't want to have that much currency in a bank anyway, where you need to make a run on your bank. And this young fellow that I was just talking about before, he indicated that there's often very little fiat currency in his account anyway. He's always got it working in something, working for him, saved up in savings like in precious metals. And that is the way to go. I can't emphasize that enough. And so if you've got chances to either share my videos or videos of other content producers in the precious metal space with your family and with your friends, then I wholeheartedly endorse doing so. Do it. Find a channel that shares the right information, and share the videos with those that don't really have any idea yet. Get them exposed to this. Get them to have their eyes opened. I'm greatly encouraged by the number of people that have come into the community in the last decade, and it seems to be increasing by exponents now. But it's still a very small community. There are still too many people who do not understand how they are being robbed by the market, by all markets, and by the devaluing of the currency that they have in their accounts. They still believe that currency in a bank account, having their savings there, it's perfectly safe, and it's there for, you know, when they really need it. There is going to come a time where that starts to not be true. And if they're not holding real assets, real money, they're going to come unstuck. And that's still the majority of the world's population are going to come unstuck. Now, I'm not here to predict when this is going to happen. But if you're not preparing while you're able to prepare, then when it does happen, it's too late. And so that's why I share this information. Have foresight enough to get yourself organized before anything required you to be ready. Excuse me. Be ready. So that's all I really wanted to share today. Diversification is good, but being a regular purchaser or converter of fiat to precious metals is the way to go. Just like you would try to make sure that you've got a certain amount going into your savings account every week. Excuse me. Do that with this, and I do believe you will be far better off in the long term. Now, I know precious metals are under pressure, but as I've previously mentioned, Gold has consistently gone up. Silver has remained relatively flat. So that means, in my opinion, it has further upside than gold in the shorter term. Well, short to medium term, because eventually it will catch up to gold in some way. Excuse me. But again, it's not financial advice. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I've literally got the money here to show you in front of me, so you know I'm holding money. But do your own research and be awakened to what is really going on and be prepared for what is coming. And that doesn't just mean precious metals. That also means food. Just be aware that things are going to be reasonably tough next year in particular, and maybe 2024. But I'll leave that there. Again, do your own research and find out what's really going on, because this is just a precious metals video. But just get prepared is my main takeaway for today. Thank you very much for joining me, everybody. I really do appreciate your comments, your likes. I do appreciate if you have been sharing my videos. And until next time, may God bless you and your families. And bye for now.